Oh, yeah. All right. All right. Let's put down a mountain, and then I'm going to pay 10 to cast the Dragon Tyrant.
Okay.
And then I'm going to swing into you with my 2/1/1s that can't be blocked except by creatures with flying.
Okay, I'll take 2.
All right, and the you-know-what triggers. But now, because I'm out of mountains, I got to get a mountain and a forest and put them on the battlefield tapped. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Do you have removal? Because you're
Uh,
going to need it.
I got a morph.
Yeah, you do. There he
See?
is.
A morph.
Here's a face down. It can be anything. It could be something that could win the game.
Well, if I was running the converted mana cost package, it probably could actually do that, but I'm not. So, swing with my carrion feeder.
All right, you're swinging with the feeder. It's a 5/4 with fear. I'm down to 5 points.
All right, I'll end.
All right, so it looks like this is game. Allow me to demonstrate. I do have the red mana I need to keep the Dragon Tyrant alive. I do get to draw a
Whereas I am
card.
1 mana short. Whereas I am 1 mana short of surviving this turn, technically.
I'm
No,
gonna
no, no.
pick-
You got fire breathing. Never mind.
Oh, I don't just got fire breathing, baby. Check this out. All right, over the top finish time. Pay 5 for the accelerated mutation.
Ooh.
Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the highest mana value among permanents I control, and the highest
See,
mana
you
value.
get to actually show off all the different fucking archetypes in your deck. That's not fair. Anyway, Tyrant Dragon is now a 16/16 with flying and double strike
And double
fire
strike.
breathing.
Yes. I don't think I can add any more to this, but right, the fire breathing ability. So he's a 16/16 with double strike right now. I'm going to give him +3 fire breathing, so now he's a 19/16 with double strike and flying until end of turn and trample. All right, and then I'm going to swing out. So that's 38, 9, 40, 41 damage.
All right. And I'm going to spend a black mana in order to put my Dragon Wings onto the field and attach it to my Carrion Feeder. Okay?
No.
Okay. I lose.
See, was that so hard? Was that so hard? The game could just give me a treetop scout and a one with nature and a forest, so I can get rolling right away. It didn't need to take 6 mulligans. It didn't need to take It didn't need to take 10 opening hands in order to achieve that. It could have just given it to me, but it didn't. But you know what? I'm satisfied. I love that my combo deck can get rolling. I'm not so pleased that I lost 2-1 in a match, lost 1-2 in a match, but that's the game. Is you have to draw the hand and play what you got.
All right. So, I want to show off a couple of other things that I didn't actually get to show off on my deck, despite the fact that... okay, for deck building, this went relatively poorly, I must say. Mono Black has got a really good zombie package. It does. And I like the zombie package that's here. But I really wanted to show off the Dragon Exodia pieces. Because, God, this trigger, my fucking God, do I love this trigger so much.
Oh, so now, funny. I was still wondering what exactly Exodia looked like. So you just wanted the full dragon cycle,
Yeah.
huh?
And, I do believe oh, and of course, Final Punishment. Final Punishment I had in my opening hand, and if you hadn't smacked me with the Dragon's Mage, I likely could have won with it, but, yeah, that Dragon Mage trigger that allowed you to reflood your board, absolutely killed me there.
Corona
I went
False
back and
God.
forth on Final Punishment a lot because I always had the opinion that if I can cast Final Punishment, then I'm already in a board winning state, so I don't need Final Punishment really. But as it turns out, in game 1, I was in a board winning state, but I needed Final Punishment in order to finish you, and I couldn't get there. So I'm kind of surprised I didn't actually get to see Cabal Interrogator go off at all. I know that you fucking hate discard control, but like, I was really, really hurting for early game drops, man. There is one good black 3-drop in the entire fucking set, and that's the Buzzard. That when it dies, it -1/-1s the entire field, which would have been great against your specific combo that you were setting up a tree drop scout. But since you only got that in our 4th game, I didn't really get to see it be all that good. I'm interested why you actually decided to run Xantid Swarm, because you know that 0 doesn't count, right?
No, I know. that if it was equipped with the one with nature, that you can't get the ability off because 0 and no combat damage is the same thing. The Xanadu Swarm is just a deadlock. That's if I'm showing a Dragon Tyrant or a Dragon Mage or any of my other win condition cards like the Titanic Bullvox that you can't respond with a last-minute instant spell to shut me down.
Yeah, and since I'm in black, I should have those, but I don't. Like, it's really weird, because although Scourge has got a lot of really interesting stuff in the other color pairings, specifically, it really wants to push that Is It Dragon's archetype again. It doesn't really have a lot of the primary stuff that the colors are known for in their central pie pieces. Like black doesn't honestly have all that really good of creature removal, not in this set. I was actually really surprised that you decided to focus on Dragon Tyrant, because Dragon Tyrant is a thing that I'm like, it's 10 mana. There's no way I can ramp that fast enough in order to get Tyrant out consistently. But you found one with nature, and you only need a couple of triggers for that in order for it to go off. Do you really think you were ever going to successfully cast Dragonstorm?
Yes.
How are you going to cast Dragonstorm?
With allow me to demonstrate. So this is about casting spells on time. How about casting spells with ramp, and also adding mana to your mana pool with creature abilities so that you can get a turn 6 Dragonstorm as long as you open with 5 lands. No, I'm sorry, as long as you can consistently play land after land for the first 5 turns. So
yeah,
turn
but you have to open 4 with that, dude, and you're not running enough for that.
I've done it. I mean, just like I couldn't fucking get my Treetop Scout combo to go off. I mean, it happens. I never said it happened consistently.
Okay.
So yeah, turn 5 Elvish Aberration, that will add the 9th mana to your mana pool on your subsequent turn to play the Dragonstorm. Don't go for the Dragon Tyrant until you get your 4 mountains. Honestly, it took me the longest time to realize that it was 4. I misread it at one point. I thought it was 3. Yeah, Dragon Tyrant he'll win you the game, but you need a well-developed board before you can handle this thing. Nobody can handle the Dragon Tyrant, not even the controller.
I'm kind of interested as why you thought Stabilizer would be interesting tech here.
It's a 2-drop card, and I figured, yeah, I know, right? Because I'm running Forest Cycle, I'm running Break Asunder, I'm running Claws of Wirewood that all have cycling, but those cycling abilities are designed for early game. Stabilizer is when I start squeezing my opponent to make it so that he can't do that much to rectify a losing game board.
But Cloud, all the cycle abilities in the set are early game. That's what cycle is. It's a trade-off. You get in exchange for a mostly dead card, you get the ability to throw it away for a new one.
Yeah, okay. You got a point there. Is that my opponent will probably also have exhausted cycle abilities by the time Stabilizer comes out. But again, it's just like Xanted Swarm is here. Xanted Swarm is here because it's a 1-drop. And also that it can add an extra layer of protection in case I just needed to guarantee success, not just have Dragon Tyrant and a bunch of mages and my Bullvox and just a whole army of creatures ready to swarm me. Because if you had an answer at the last second, well, then there goes my game.
I really wish that the Dragon Exodia cycle actually had cycle on them. With the exception of wings, they don't, and they really want to have cycle on them. They want to be in the graveyard. God damn it!
That is true. That is true. Well, Dragon Breath would have an easy time getting in the graveyard if you can somehow get a fucking 7-drop Dragon Mage in play.
But that's the issue. I can't. Without actually going into Gruul, there was no way I was going to run Dragon Mage. Not a chance.
Right. Yeah. I'm glad you agree that Gruul is easily the best option for getting these high drop cards out because of Green's affinity for amassing a tremendous amount of mana in a relatively short period of time.
I would like to take a moment to talk about Corona, but I honestly don't really know what to say about Corona.
Got 9. Boom. I got 9 Coronas.
Yes, there was the internet parody song about that, but like, Corona honestly is a great game finishing card. It is. But the fact that it's 5 colors, the fact that it's a 6-drop, the fact that it switches over to your opponent if you don't win the game with it, the fact that it gives a Lord, a +3/+3 Lord bonus is really, really cool. There's a lot of really interesting and terrible things about this card. And you saw the problem that I had. Even the game that I got all 5 colors out, I didn't have Corona. I don't have draw power. 5-color splash is a thing that I think can honestly work in specific sets. And although it did win me the game here, it wasn't the 5 colors that won me the game here. It was very specifically the zombie package. The zombie package here was really easy to build and relatively straightforward. I just wanted to play with the Exodia pieces. I didn't even get to really talk about Twisted Abomination because it also has fucking Regenerate on it, which we misruled last time. So
and swamp cycling. I like that. They usually put cycling abilities on cards that have a high mana value. So if you get it early game and you don't have a clear pathway to getting that mana to cast it, you could just cycle it away and get some card advantage out of it. Basically, I love that a lot of cards
card
do
advantage,
that.
Not so much, but Vengeful Dead is another card that didn't actually get to show up, but isn't honestly all that important in my strategy. I'm really kind of salty I didn't get to play with Cabal Interrogator though. Oh well.
The Interrogator.
How would you rate the set? How do you feel about the set in its totality, Mr. Cloud?
I like this set. I'm not so crazy about the cards that suck. I can't see why you would be crazy about cards that suck. I think that what this set did was introduce some really powerful cards and keywords, because as I understand, 2003 is one of the earliest instances you can find Storm on any card, and it's a relatively complex concept to wrap your head around, is that the spells are copying themselves based on the history of the turn.
Grapple Shot, Grape Shot isn't actually here,
right? It's not in here, no. The Storm cards include Scatter Shot, actually, all of the colors have access to Storm.
They do.
The blue
black one
famously,
is Tendrils of Agony.
Blue has famously the Temporal Fissure, which says for 5 you can return target permanent to its owner's hand and then copy it for every spell cast before it. Yeah, that card continues to see play because of the Storm ability.
Yeah. Storm is a thing they're never going to play with again. So if you want to play with Storm, this is honestly a relatively safer environment to do it because a lot of the better Storm cards are actually the high mana ones. So they act like good end of turn stuff. But if you want to see the broken Storm stuff, you're going to have to wait for a little bit later. I like this set, I do, but it's really heavy on the payouts and not so much into how the fuck to get there. Because I like the payouts that it has, to be perfectly honest. Corona, Dragon Tyrant, Dragon Storm, the Final Punishment. There's another really big, Blade Wing. Like, there are really, really good high mana payouts in here that are interesting to play with. But like, there's very little mid game for any of this shit. Honestly, I think Blue has got the most consistent mid game, and even then, Blue's critters are shit in this set. It's got an 8-mana 1/1, and the whole reason why is because it's trying to do this fucking converted mana cost package, which is an interesting archetype, but it gets one big payout, and like, you're never going to get it, man. You're just not. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
Man, these older Yu-Gi-Oh cards are weird. What the fuck is a graveyard?
It's the GY, okay? You can go suck on your pacifier now.
Is that what the GY stands for? I thought it just said Gee. Send it to the Gee.
Alright, so this has been us exploring Scourge. Tune in next time when it is my turn to pick out our next expansion, actually.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up doing another master set, honestly, because we're running out of sets to do. And
no, we're not. No, we're not. There's so many sets we haven't done yet.
Dude, Phyrexia 1, All Will Be One just came out, and Cody wanted to know if we were going to do that set next. And then I'm like, no, we're going to wait at least a full year before we're doing that. But I don't know. But I don't know if we're going to have 12 sets before then.
Put it on the queue.
All right, everyone. Be safe.
Thanks for watching, everybody.